Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Ref the District's ultimate QB tier list for the Washington Commanders. I'm Nathan Perry. Joining me as always, it's Trevor and Stoner. And we are going to break down all of the QB targets. Maybe not all of them. Ron Rivera and Mayhew said there was 42 names that they started with. We got 17 that we're going to use for our QB tier list and who we think or who we want the Commanders to start week one of this upcoming season.
Yeah, because that's two different things, right? Who we want and who we think. That's two different.
That's true. There's definitely going to be some names on this list who I don't think the Commanders are going to get. But
or what?
The Commanders called up Kansas City to check on Mahomes' availability. So
why not?
Due diligence, baby.
Due diligence.
These names, we might not get them, but at least there's going to be a phone call being made. Let's get to the tier list itself, and we'll kind of talk about how that is, because I know Stoner has some questions when it comes to the S tier.
Oh Lord, I know what.
Yeah, so like, what the hell does that mean? S tier.
Honestly, you can see the S tier is above the A tier.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's where your top one's going to go. Now, if you've never seen a tier list being made before, S is above A, and to the left is stronger than to the right. So let's say you have three names on the A tier.
Mm-hmm.
Those names are the one closest to the A is practically low S. If that makes sense.
Okay.
All right. So
what does the S stand for?
Super. We'll just call it super.
This is a long-running joke.
Yes. Check out some of our I can't remember which episode it was, but Stoner had no clue on the tier listing as far as this. For our purposes, F didn't fit on the screen, but pretty much anybody
D is relevant. D is equals F for us.
Yeah, anyone who gets close to our logo there on the right-hand side is F. Practically F tier. So
not right now.
Let's do it.
I mean, I see Aaron Rodgers sitting over there.
Not right now. Now it's just the cash for where these are. You can see Aaron Rodgers is the first name up here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think anyone's going to have a problem with me moving Aaron Rodgers into the S tier.
Yeah, correct.
Not at all. Number one.
Okay.
That's who we all.
You got him number one overall.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers.
Number one of 17. All right. So no questions there. Aaron Rodgers in the S tier.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I mean, he's definitely S tier. Oh,
nah, dog. He's in my A tier on my list.
Oh,
he's A tier for me.
Yep. Trev has him in the A tier.
And I was waiting on this. I knew this was going to happen. I knew this very moment was going to happen. And Trev, if you want, I can bring up the stats if you want me to. Stone, you want me to do that? Because I can do that.
I want you to try and convince me of why he's an A.
Here we go.
A tier. He's definitely
Russell Wilson has never received an MVP vote. That's red flag number one, despite how much he's done.
Despite how much he's done, that's key. What you just
I know. Despite how much he's done. I mean, I'm not saying he should have won, but he could at least receive a vote. Sure. I'm with you on that. Like, he's not going to win.
All right.
But I have some stats here to prove to why I think he is A tier. Ready?
All right.
Okay,
Russell Wilson's career touchdowns, interceptions, and passing yards is what I'm going to read, and for Aaron Rodgers as well.
Career, okay.
Yep, career. 2012, Russell Wilson. Jesus, okay. This is so hard when you're on your cell phone. Here we go. 26 touchdowns, 10 picks, 3,100 yards. 2013, 26 touchdowns, 9 picks, 3,300 yards. 14, 20 touchdowns, 7 picks, 3,400 yards. 15, 34, 8, 4,000 yards. 16, 21, 11, 4,200 yards. 17, 34, 11, 3,900 yards. 18, 35, 7, 3,400. 19, 31, 5, 4,100.
Thank you.
COVID year, 40, 13, 4,200, 21, 25, 6, and 31.
Okay.
Okay.
And Trev, when you weren't looking, there's a little subterfuge going on behind the scenes here.
I'm putting him where he belongs.
Up to the S tier.
I'm absolutely putting him where he belongs.
Hold on.
What are you going to do? You're going to compare him to Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
You can't.
If Russell Wilson's A tier, is no one else in your S tier?
No one else is in my S tier. It's Aaron Rodgers, and that's it.
Oh, wow.
And that's interesting.
Hold on.
He can't compare to Aaron Rodgers. We all know this.
Yeah.
So why are you putting him in the same tier?
Is absolutely. By the way, neither one of these are coming to the Commanders. I do believe both of them stay. We do have videos out on both of them. You can check those out and our full thoughts on those.
Ready for this?
Let's hear Aaron Rodgers' stats. I mean, he's given S tier. Yeah.
So we'll say Russell started in 2012, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll go from there. Actually, I'll go from 08 where he got the full rings. 28-13, 4,000 yards. 09, 37, 4,400 yards. 2010, 28-11, 3,900 yards. 2011, 45 touchdowns, 6 picks, 4,600 yards. 2012, 39-8, 4,200. 13, 17, 6, 25. He must have got hurt that year. 14, 38, 5, 4,300. 15, 31, 8, 3,800. 16, 47, 4,400. 17, 16, 6, 1,600. Probably got hurt. 18, 25, 2, 4,400. 19, 26, 4, 4,000. COVID year, 48 touchdowns, 5 picks, 4,200 yards. And last year, 37, 4, 4,100. That's why he's buying.
And there's 3 MVPs in there as well.
4 MVPs.
4 MVPs, 2 in a row.
Four.
How many Super Bowl appearances?
1.
And he won it, right?
Yeah. Russell Wilson has 2.
And won
he's
one.
Won 1. Yeah. So
right.
He's actually
taking
better.
Aaron Rodgers.
He's made it past the.
I'm taking Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers won slot 1. I got it. He could take the Commanders to the at least the NFC Championship game
by himself,
right?
Yeah.
Like he has that capabilities. Where's Wilson taking the team? Like, because that's what my question. I mean,
Super Bowl.
S tier to me. Do you think that division round? Okay,
yeah, not conference championship. Division.
I think that's pretty good. I think that if I'd still keep that S tier as far as the list that we have.
How about this compromise? Keep him on the S, but move him all the way to the right.
Give a little
you
space.
Could do that.
Yeah.
Or you can have them overlap if you want between the S and the A on the line if you want to do that. You could do that too if you want.
I'll move him over here. This means that he's still S tier, but there's a gap between him and Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers is a top 10 quarterback of all time. If he had more Super Bowls, he'd be a top 5 quarterback of all time. Russell Wilson is not that, but Russell Wilson is a Pro Bowler, top 5 quarterback every single year.
Yeah. In this particular list that we're looking at, we got to remember this isn't just looking at who's the best quarterback. This is who the starting list for Washington.
By himself.
All right. Well, then I guess for Deshaun Watson, then strap, you're putting him in the A tier.
Yep. With Russell Wilson for me.
Stoner.
No, he's an S tier. He's
S tier.
In front of
You have him in front of Wilson, really?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
After a year of missing a football, bro?
Because he has more upside, because he's younger, because he's more athletic.
Okay.
Well, he's about as athletic, but at this stage of their career, he's more athletic than Russell Wilson.
Given the same, probably similar compensation for what you're going to give up, you'd prefer Watson over Wilson.
Yep, absolutely.
All right.
That's right. And move Russell.
That's why
all the way to the
Russell
right.
Wilson needs to be on your A tier. You guys are proving my point more than you're proving your own point. Why he should be on the A list.
we gotta because again we got 17 names to go through. We're gonna be very cluttered at the bottom. There's gonna be names. There's gonna be pictures. I'm just gonna have to delete if Russell Wilson's A tier. All right. So Aaron Rodgers, number 1 overall, he would definitely take the team somewhere. Watson, we did a video on Watson. Trevor and I are not sold on the Commanders picking him up. We just it's not the football wise would be great, but this isn't just football that we're talking about. # release the report.
Yep.
So there's that part, I just don't think it would be smart. But Ron Rivera did come out and say that, if you win the Super Bowl, no one's going to care what you gave up or anything. And I talked about that in the video with Watson as well. If he starts winning games, it becomes a redemption story, not about what the allegations were. So,
does anybody care what Tyreek Hill did because of what he's doing in Kansas City?
There's
or
plenty
Joe
of people
Mixon
care.
in Cincinnati. You know what I mean?
It does get swept under. Does get swept underneath the rug.
Yeah. All right, keep going.
All right, Jimmy G. Here's an interesting one. This is a trade target. So also all 4 of these so far have been trade targets. Jimmy G is nowhere near that S tier.
No.
Where do you put him?
Sniff it.
He's in my B tier.
He's in my B tier.
He's my first one in my B tier.
He's in a B tier. Okay.
Dog. Sure.
We all agree that he's B tier. So
Jimmy G is a winner. He is talented.
Yep.
But he's just not somebody who can carry.
He's not great
team like these other guys can.
Okay. That's fair. All right. So we're all in agreement, B tier. Maybe we're going to have some arguments later on where he stands in that B tier.
Yeah.
Because he's not my first one in the B tier.
Oh,
so just going to put that out there. All right. We have Derek Carr as our next one.
Yep.
C tier for me.
Wow. I got Derek Carr in my A tier.
Oh my God.
Okay, hurry up. Put it while Trev's not looking. Put it in the
I'm gonna put him there because
you do realize we went to Vegas and beat him with Taylor Heineke, right? You do realize that.
Yes. Yeah. Well, we beat him with the full team.
Well, we beat Tom Brady too. Are you gonna put him on the C tier?
Twice, bro. We did that twice. No, it was 1 year.
Just once. They beat us in the playoffs. Now
felt like a win.
Derek Carr is A tier. I think that he's a quality QB. He's better than Garoppolo.
How do you? Garoppolo's been to a Super Bowl and 2 NFC championships. What has Derek Carr done? What's he done? I'll wait. What's he done?
You wanted to bring up stats earlier with Rodgers and Wilson. Look up the stats for Jimmy G and Derek Carr. You got to remember, when I looked at them, I gave you guys this. They're practically the same QB. I just think that Derek Carr, one, his availability is going to be better because Jimmy G cannot stay healthy.
That's right. That's a huge factor.
And you're looking at something a little bit better with Derek Carr, I think, long term than Jimmy G. I think Jimmy G is absolutely a bridge quarterback. Carr, I think if they were to land him, that's probably your QB for the rest of Ron's tenure.
God. Which would be a year.
I specifically look at that as the rest of Ron. For as long as Ron's here, if they get Derek Carr, they're going to have him. If that's a year, if that's 2 years, that's what it's going to be. So we'll see. This next name on the list.
Who is it?
Let's
is
not
that Mitch?
forget.
Is that Kirk Cousins?
That's Kirk Cousins.
Oh, he's on my D. He's on my D tier. Farthest to the right.
He's on my D tier. Because this is we're talking about where we would want them, right?
Yeah.
And
so
this is less about talent here. This is more about the history.
Yeah, we don't want him.
I think talent-wise, you put him up with Carr.
Talent-wise, I put him where he is. He doesn't do anything but throw for a bunch of touchdowns and yards, and it doesn't translate to wins. It doesn't. Yeah. We saw that here. He
went to Minnesota where they had a top 5 defense.
Right.
They added Cook as a running back.
Adam Thielen is a beast.
Somehow got worse.
Added
Justin Jefferson.
And they still can't get there. Yeah. I don't want him between the history with the team, between everything, D tier. Yeah.
Hey, Kirk Cousins, you like that? D tier.
Carson
Wentz. If we had ranked all of these quarterbacks as far as if we want them on our team,
I'm going to laugh at you.
I actually had him 17th.
Really? I had him 16.
Yeah.
I had him 16. He was above one person.
Yeah, we all know who that is.
Yeah. We'll get to that person later. Carson Wentz is our next name here.
He's on my B tier, far to the right.
I think I agree. I agree, Trev. This doesn't happen very often, but B tier, far to the right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. All right. If you guys are far to the right, then can I put him at the top of C for
Hell
now?
No, because y'all
wouldn't
do that for Russell Wilson.
That's right. I'm with you, Trev. I'm with you.
You guys are practically saying that he's here. When we argued these top names, Stoner and I were firm in this being the S tier.
Right?
Trev, you're the only one who doesn't think that these are S tier QBs on this list.
Right,
you guys are saying he's far to the right on the B tier. Yeah. I'm saying that's practically the top of the C tier.
But it's not.
I'll concede Wentz to the B tier. Although the reason why I think he's on the C tier is because I have actually a rookie ahead of it. I have rookies ahead of him.
I do as well. I do.
Oh my god! Okay.
At least one other target in free agency.
How do you guys
Wentz
unproven guys ahead of somebody who
has
a Super Bowl ring, was in the front running for MVP.
He was a front runner for MVP. Kirk. I'll give you that. Don't sit there and talk about the Super Bowl ring as if he was the one playing in the Super Bowl.
If he wasn't for him, they would have never gotten there. The only game he missed was
his MVP season was excellent. And then look at what's happened afterwards. Again, you put him in Indianapolis with his coach,
and they won 10 games.
That likes him. They won 10 games off the back of the running game and the defense.
And all they had to do.
That's what they had in Philly.
Trev, all they had to do was beat the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Okay, listen, I know, but
last game of the year.
I know, but But overall, you can't just bank one game on his entire season. He threw less than 10 interceptions and almost 30 touchdowns.
He actually did have a pretty good year.
He did. Like, he really did. Yeah, the Jacksonville game is the last thing on our mind because, of course, they lost.
Don't want him here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll take him before Derek Carr. Jeez Louise. That's gosh. Derek Carr?
All right. Teddy Bridgewater.
He's on my D. Move on. Yep, move on.
Is he before or after Cousins?
As far as wanting him,
they're holding hands. They're holding hands in the same position.
Yeah.
I'm gonna I have
that's fine.
Him only above one player. So
actually, I would do Kirk ahead because he throws more touchdowns and more yards than Teddy B. So
I mean, in garbage times, sure, that's great.
Yep.
We have Jameis Winston
down there in the D. Keep him right down there with them other two boys down there.
You are like crazy.
Okay, you guys, 30 interceptions. He went and got LASIK surgery. Cool, and he beat us. Whatever. Now he has to recover.
Saints
from a
were
knee.
5-2.
Now he can't be mobile. Now he can't be as mobile.
Have you not seen his workout videos? He looks great.
What were his stats? What were his stats in New Orleans before he got hurt this year? This past season.
Alex Smith. What was his stats before he got hurt? He was 6-3.
I'm just saying.
Jameis Winston was 5-2. There you go. That's my argument, right?
But also he was like 15-4 touchdowns to interceptions. He was having a really good year.
He was having a great year.
He barely beat us. He threw that duck at halftime.
He's not A.
He's A? Oh my God!
This would be my free agent target. This is honestly who.
If you want to win 7 games again, bring Jameis Winston on. Let's do it.
You at least got to put him above Jimmy G.
No,
Jimmy G's been in the Super Bowl.
Oh my Lord.
Let Jameis and Carson hold hands. That's where I'd put him. I'd put him way down at the end of.
You're gonna put Jameis all the way over here?
Yes.
Here's my sit-in. You guys
lack of faith on Jameis Winston.
Nathan, I'm out.
He's still young. You're not out. There's several names to go through.
Are you kidding me, Nathan? Jameis on the B, on the A tier for you?
He's a free agent target, meaning he's more than likely.
Nathan, honestly,
he could be an option here. I do think that he can come back.
Why though?
People always focus on the 30.
Time to feed the dog.
He's still through.
You can hear that. God, dog.
Yeah.
For
it's all the way upstairs.
Touchdowns. Then he gets LASIK. He gets coached up in New Orleans. And you're telling me that this guy who was 5-2 last year, he looked pretty good playing against the Commanders. I think you guys are sleeping on Jameis Winston.
Against the Commanders.
I think you're asleep with. Yeah, he was not good against
the Commanders. His first pass of the game, he threw right to
Holcomb.
Holcomb.
The second half was a whole different story. The second half was a whole different
he was very
story.
good. Yeah, he was very good.
Nathan, he's really not that good, bro.
He's not that great. I think he's good.
I think he's better than Jimmy G. I'll take him over Jimmy G. Of course, like I said, I had Jimmy G down in the C tier. I do not want.
That's insane. All right, who's next?
We got Mariota.
This could be
He's in my B tier. My B tier.
You have Mariota over Jameis Winston? Are you insane?
Yeah, I do.
Where do you
I trust Mariota with the ball more than Jameis Winston.
Firmly C tier.
Well, guess what, Nathan? You're outvoted. Move him up to the B tier.
Thank you.
I have Mariota
Let's go!
ahead of Jameis as well. I have
Let
right
him know,
next to
Stoner.
Jimmy G.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
I know he hasn't
You guys
done
are
anything for a couple of
insane.
years, but he's not terrible. I don't think he's terrible. And
we
his
were targeting him last year.
We were
looking at him last year. Thank you. And Jameis.
Yeah, they were looking at a lot of people last year. They didn't. Oh my goodness. Jameis
well, he was too much
old.
money last year. That's why we couldn't really get him. We weren't going to pay for what they wanted. Now we can get him for probably cheaper because they're going to keep Derek Carr longer and sign that extension. So
and he's unrestricted, so you don't have to give anything up for him.
I'll take him
I
now.
Want Marcus Mariota right now.
Now, dog.
If you can't get
what has he done that makes you guys think?
I don't know.
That
You're right.
highly
He's got.
I guarantee you guys, this next one, you guys are going to put even lower, right? You guys have to put him lower.
No, he's in my B tier.
He's a B tier. He's got. Is he before Mariota?
I have because for me it's Jimmy G, Mitch, Mariota, Carson Wentz, my B tier.
You got
Mitch has been in the playoffs. He's been in the playoffs with a bad team in a bad situation.
He's on my D. I don't. I can't stand him.
I'm telling you, bro. Look what he did in Buffalo preseason.
Why
can't you not stand him?
Oh,
yes, so you're outvoted. B tier. Thank you.
Okay, before we move on, what's his name, Nathan?
Mitchell Trubisky.
Mitch Trubisky.
Okay. All right.
I
was gonna goof
on the B tier. Our A tier is looking pretty lacking, guys.
No,
we might have to move some of these around.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair.
We might have to shuffle some of our S tier there and do what Trev wanted and keep Rodgers by himself. Mitch Trubisky, you guys had him where within the Mariota Winston
right
Wentz?
there where
you have him before. You'll take him prior to Mariota.
Yeah, because he has some starting experience. He has chemistry with Leno. He has chemistry with De'Ami Brown, who's supposed to be a good piece for us this year too. So that helps. We really haven't seen Marcus Mariota in a starting role since Tennessee. He's just been that backup situational red zone guy, which is awesome. So that's why I give Mitch the edge over Mariota. And who knows, just Mitch in the right. I mean, let's think about it. We got to give Mitch a little credit, Stoner. Nagy drafted him, ruined him. Nagy drafted Justin Fields, ruined him. So, it really wasn't all Mitch, if you think about it. Mitch is good in the right system. So, let's give him a chance. He went to Buffalo. Let's give him a chance. I mean, he's coming here.
We'll see.
You know,
here's what I'm going to do. Right now. Ready? I'm going to take a mental picture. Click. Okay. So, I'm going to remember this.
That was a mental 400, wasn't it? That was one of those the big heavy-duty ones.
When this comes to fruition and Mitch Trubisky is the quarterback and they are 3-15, whatever, 3-14, do the math, Stoner. And I'm going to remember this moment when the two of you were putting Mitch Trubisky ahead of everybody except basically Derek Carr and the studs on the top line. Mitch Trubisky is trash, and I don't want him anywhere near this team.
Bro.
I'd have to agree with Trev. He's got more potential to me than Mariota. Again, I liked Winston. I'd have Winston ahead of both of them, but you guys are really low on Winston. So I had a group think here. Got this put a little bit lower. I think we're all at least agreeing that these three are ahead of Wentz.
Yes. Well, I mean, except for Trubisky, not me. I don't. But
because Carson's just not healthy, man. He can't stay healthy.
Are we going to the college guys now?
We are finished with the NFL guys. Let's go to the college guys. First one off of this list is Kenny Pickett.
Ooh. I have my list, my C tier was Derek Carr and all rookies was my C list.
That's fair.
No matter what order.
Carr,
but Kenny Pickett, C tier. They're all C tier for me. So
I've got
Stoner, are you good with that?
C or D because I don't think he's going to be anything. He's had one. I mean, he started for 4 years basically, and only excelled in his final year. And
it was a huge jump too. But
and
Joe Burrow did the same thing.
Yeah, but
I think
Joe Burrow. Yeah, I mean that's fair.
I think Kenny Pickett's going to have a Mac Jones type year, where everybody thought, because he started all like a little bit in Alabama, and he was like, and he just came in, and we're like, oh,
yeah,
bye Cam Newton. We got our dude. We don't need your help. We got our guy. He's ready. I see Kenny Pickett taking that role this year.
All right.
I think there's another target that will probably have that surprise Mac Jones factor. We'll get to him in a little bit. Going to put him in the C tier. One, the C tier is looking a little lonely. Two, I actually am pro rookie after my A tier. So I have the quality rookies, what I'd call, in the B tier.
Oh,
so I would start. So my personal list for people, so they can, hate on these guys for where some of these placements are: Rodgers, Wilson, Watson in the S tier, Winston, Carr, and Trubisky in the A tier. Trubisky could be B tier. And then the B tier starts the rookie train, and then Jimmy G's after the rookies. I'd much rather have a rookie starting than Jimmy G.
Yeah.
Me personally.
Oh.
So let's go to the talk of the combine so far. Malik Willis.
This might hurt some feelings, but I'm ready.
Where do you have him? Where you put pretty much all your rookies in C tier, right?
So if it's left to right, I mean, I really don't know, but he's C tier to me because this just screams Antonio Gandy Golden all over again, bro. It really does.
You're so burned by.
I'm just saying, bro. We did
Liberty
the same.
players.
We did the same thing with this outstanding stud from Liberty. He can go up and catch anything out the air. He's so tall. And it didn't translate. And I just feel like Malik. No, I don't know. But Malik, think about it. You can, because Liberty's schedule? Who did he really play?
That's fair.
There's certainly some questions that need to be answered.
He's electrifying. Don't get me wrong. He's talented, and he's probably.
The ceiling on him, I think, is the highest of any of the rookies.
Day one starter.
Look at all those guys on the list, and let's start at the very top with Aaron Rodgers. Right? Yeah. He played at Cal. Who did he play? He may have played a couple of.
He was at least a Power 5 conference. So.
Yeah,
okay, Deshaun Watson, Clemson, that's fine. Russell Wilson was at Wisconsin. That's a big
Are you really going to put the ACC above the Pac-12? By the way, we're going to. That's a whole nother discussion.
Well, I mean, but I'm saying that most of these guys are not from like big time schools playing big time schools.
But they're way better than Liberty University.
Derek Carrs and the Jimmy G's. And the
Fresno State is better than Liberty, bro.
Carson Wentz.
North Dakota State is on TV every weekend.
Okay, but he's playing guys who look like me and Nathan.
Yeah,
that's definitely who he's playing against every single week. He's playing Division II talent every single week. Don't sleep
on Division II. A lot of NFL players are Division II talent.
Come on, we're talking about comparatively speaking.
And I am.
Liberty would go into North Dakota State and wax them.
No. And I'll say no.
I don't know about that. North Dakota State is legit. I'm going to put him.
VMI, Virginia Military Institute, right down the street from my house, plays Liberty in sports. Okay, and that should tell you a lot. There's no talent in Liberty's conference. Zero.
Well, when we start.
His ceiling's the highest. He's going above Kenny Pickett.
When we started this, I said I had a surprise for you. I would put Malik Willis in the A tier.
Oh my god!
Because really, we're talking about what you want based off of certain talents, right?
So why do you?
I would like to have Malik Willis as the quarterback of the Washington Commanders next year.
Starting
day one. I would not hate that. So that's why I would put him way up on the A tier, because talent-wise, I think he has everything. He has the arm, he has the mobility, he has the leadership, he has the maturity, he has all that. Can you put it all together and read defenses and all that other stuff? Who knows?
Mahomes
Nobody
didn't
knows.
start reading defenses till last year. So
right, so
we have seen what a running QB could do in his rookie season here in Washington.
Yeah, mess up his leg and be done for the rest of the year.
It feels a little better.
Somebody off the couch who does the same thing. So
I have Willis right here on the top of the B tier. Again, that's where I put most of my rookies because I'm pro rookie. I do think he has the highest ceiling.
I just got to see him, man, because I think
he might have a lower floor, but he also has the highest ceiling. But So I'll compromise. Trev wants him in C. Stoner wants him in A. I want him in B. So he's in B. And I'm putting him above Jimmy G.
No way.
Because I have him above Jimmy G. Stoner has him above Jimmy G.
Yeah.
No, Jimmy G is not going to excite you.
Jimmy G did not lead.
I don't give a damn about excitement. If it produces W's, then I'll be excited.
That's fair.
I don't care if he's a Statue of Liberty all day and no mobile.
What did they do in that playoff game? That they went to the Super Bowl, that playoff game. I think it was the Green Bay playoff game, and Jimmy G had like 130 yards passing because they had like 260 yards rushing that particular game. And Jimmy G did not lead them. He did not carry them to the Super Bowl. The running game and the defense.
But he managed.
He
managed.
You're right.
He's a game manager. And
you're right.
That
could be good enough.
Great. So let's bring back Alex Smith, is what you're saying.
No, Alex Smith
was 11-5. He was 11-5 with Washington. That's what you're getting. You want wins. That's Jimmy G, game manager, 11-5. There you go.
5-2. Towards ACL.
Can lead a team to victory.
He can't. He had plenty of opportunities and he hasn't done it. Alex Smith did it, and you know it.
Alex Smith's not technically on the list. Jimmy G's the stand in there. Let's move on to Desmond Ridder here. This to me is the Mac Jones comparison. This is one I think a lot of people have kind of written off. They're not really excited about. I do think that he could be the one to shine. And he will probably be available in the second round when Washington's picking. And if they get one of the free agent QBs, I do think Desmond Ridder is a name to watch out for.
Depends on which free agent QB, or not necessarily free agent, but it depends on which veteran that they sign. I mean, if you bring in Deshaun Watson, you're not drafting another quarterback.
Fair.
But if you bring in Mitch Trubisky, then you'd probably draft another quarterback.
Fair.
And if Desmond Ridder is there in the second round, I think you skip over him and go after Matt Corral or somebody else. Don't go to Desmond.
Maybe.
Well, conveniently, that is the next name on the list.
Okay.
So you have him ahead of Desmond Ridder?
Yeah. SEC, baby. I don't care if he was hurt.
Do you have him ahead of Kenny Pickett?
Yeah, SEC, baby. If you can be successful in SEC,
you guys are higher on MC
SEC
than Kenny Pickett.
I'm always going to, if they're fairly even in their passing ability, I'm always going to go for the guy who has the legs over the guy who doesn't. And Kenny Pickett is a statue. So
exactly.
I'm always going to pick
fake slide. Kenny Pickett's a statue.
Yes,
that was one highlight, bro. He had any other running highlights.
It was one heck of a highlight. It was one heck of a highlight. He moves in the pocket very well.
Kenny Pickett moves in the SEC. You're facing NFL ready defenses from week 1 to week 12.
He did face them more often than the others. So
give me Matt Corral over Pickett and Ridder.
Agreed.
All right. Well, where do you guys stand on Sam Howell?
Right after Kenny Pickett, but before Spencer Ridder. You know why?
Desmond Ridder.
Or him too. Because he has Nathan's favorite word, moxie. And he has the good moxie, not the Taylor Heineke. Oh, I was on my sister's couch. I'm 28 years old. He has the moxie. It's like, yo, I'm a baller, bro. Like, I'm good. I'm gonna show you I'm good. Like, look what I did at North Carolina, which really isn't that big of a football school, but it is, but not really. But he was down there slinging that thing. Mac Brown had him, of course he had weapons. He had a better year last year than this year, but I mean, he's still in the conversation this year when he had less weapons than last year for a reason. So give me Sam Howell, bro. He's a gunslinger, and we need that.
Sam Howell, A tier. If you're asking me.
Okay.
He's up there with Malik Willis.
I'll take that, yes. And I'll take that
over the others.
He's my Malik Willis A tier for the rookies. I'll switch mine up right now.
I like me some Sam Howell. How many yards did he rush for last year?
3,000 million.
He had like 800 yards rushing, and you never think of that with Sam Howell.
No,
okay, bro. And he's got the legs too. So I like me some Sam Howell. I wouldn't hate it if he was.
And I'm a Tar Heel fan.
Next year.
Do you take him at 11?
Yes.
If he's there. I would. If you don't get a veteran quarterback, absolutely.
Yeah. If you don't get any S tier quarterbacks according to this list,
yes,
you get him at 11 if he's there.
We'll move some things around here in
the
end. All right, Sam Howell. I'm going to put him in
B tier.
Who the hell is that? We know unfortunately, we know this guy all too well. Taylor Heineke is on my list. The only one
just leave him right there. Just don't even touch him. Just leave him right where he's at.
Trev's not.
He's out.
Yeah, Trev's out.
Trev's out.
Heineke is the last person I want to see start this next
100%.
season for the Washington football team, the Washington Commanders.
Do you want to see him on the roster at all?
I think you keep him on the roster. He's a solid backup.
Okay, so here we go. Scenario time. Now the quarterbacks are done. We sign Mitch Trubisky.
Okay.
We draft Kenny Pickett.
Okay.
Do we still keep Taylor Heineke?
Why not?
Or do you go with Kyle Allen instead?
No. I mean, Kyle Allen's a free agent, right? Taylor Heineke's under contract for next year for almost nothing. $1.5 million with some incentives built in. He knows the system. The coaches like him. He would be good for the room. So
Kyle's the same way.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You've already got him. You're already paying him. Why pay another guy, Kyle Allen, and then get rid of Taylor? I mean, it won't cost you that much, but I mean, the coaches like him. There's no doubt, and they like Kyle Allen too. But he's proven. He's not proven that he can lead you to wins, but he's proven that he can play.
So you've made a decision to keep him after you've drafted. Yeah. Denver Broncos come to you 2 weeks later and say, we want Taylor Heineke. Do you trade him?
For what?
Picks.
What? Give me a better scenario.
Give me a fifth. Same thing. Kyle Allen. The same thing we did for Kyle Allen.
Fifth rounder? Yeah, I'd do that. Yeah, I'd trade that. Heck yeah.
Probably anything.
So then why the hell do we
Watson for trade? Yeah, give him away.
Why the hell do we keep him on the squad if you're so willy-nilly to get rid of him so fast?
We're willing to get rid of him
because
that's not saying the Commanders are willing to get rid of him.
I know, but like
you're getting something.
So you don't want to just give Heineke away for the streets. You want to give something back for Heineke.
If somebody offers, then
it's smarter to keep him. And if there's any injuries, I know that they got rid of the protocols. That's something that came out today, that they got rid of the protocols. So you might not have to worry about that next season. But if those health and safety protocols come back, you're gonna want to have a QB on the roster that knows the system.
I mean, you did
necessarily are rushed into starting a QB. Now, if they take one at 11, I think they're starting that player at 11. I don't think they're gonna to wait around.
Hey, when I go ahead. This is more important.
No, so you're right. When I blinked, Russell Wilson moved from S to A.
Russell Wilson got moved when I blinked. What happened?
That's where he's supposed to be.
A tier looked a little lonely with just Derek Carr, so I moved some things around.
Nobody else belongs up there unless they're rookies.
So Nathan, you said if they take a quarterback at 11, he's starting. So that means if we get a free agent quarterback and we draft at 11, we're not going to start that free agent. They're going to battle out.
I think the free agent targets that you're looking at, as far as on this list, that you're just picking up just to get a vet experience, and so you don't have to start Heineke.
Yeah,
you're probably looking at Teddy Bridgewater or Mariota, but those will start behind a rookie.
The rookie
taken at 11. Now, there are scenarios here where I think that maybe Sam Howell drops into the 20s, where Washington jumps back in to the first round to pick him up, where then you might still sit him and ride it out with Mariota.
It's all
Mitch.
very.
If they pick up Mitch, I think Mitch is starting.
It's all very situational, depending on where they're drafted, how they're drafted, who the guy is, how much you gave up for him, all that other stuff. We'll have to see how that all plays out before you can just say, well, if they have Trubisky and Howell, then Howell starts. Well, that may not be the case. If you're paying Mitch Trubisky $10 million a year, then you're probably gonna want to
look
get
at San Francisco. They were able to sit Trey Lance pretty much the entire year, and just
paying
ride
Jimmy G.
broken Jimmy.
And then they came out and said it. I don't know. It's probably just for PR reasons, but John Lynch came out and said today that they have made it. They've budgeted to where they could keep Jimmy G and use both of them again next year in San Francisco if they want.
They don't want to give up Jimmy G for as cheap as we would want him to be.
Oh
right?
man,
they want a second rounder or a couple seconds. They're not looking to give him away. You got to think if they keep him this year and he signs a contract after next year, I think they get a third round pick, a comp pick out of that. So why give him up for something cheap this year?
But if you bring in like a Bridgewater for $4 million a year and you draft a Howell or whatever, you want your rookie
touching this team.
Yeah, you want your rookie starting.
Me neither, bro.
I was higher on Bridgewater before last season. Yeah, I was higher on him before last season. Watching him in Denver, not impressed. It was really bad. I think that it's time for him to be a backup.
We got to land Aaron Rodgers, though, you guys.
That's not going to happen. There's concerns about that as well, because he could be done after one season. If you don't win it all, then you probably gave up 3 firsts and players for that. So hopefully you win off of that one, because I don't think the longevity's there.
If you had to decide right now, or you had to guess right now, who the starting quarterback is going to be for the Washington Commanders day one, barring not considering injuries. Okay, not saying he was going to be. If last year you would have said Ryan Fitzpatrick was going to beat out Heineke, but Fitzpatrick got hurt. So who would you say right now? Do you think, not who do you want, do you think is going to be day one quarterback for Washington next year?
Nathan, you go first.
Mitch Trubisky.
Really?
I agree. I think it's also Mitchell Trubisky.
I think the most likely scenario out of all this is Mitch and Ritter.
Mitch and a rookie for sure. Whoever's there.
I think what you're looking at is you sign Mitch Trubisky to 2 or 3 year deal or so. Then what you do
the dog
is I'm trying to figure out where that beep is. Not me.
That's not me. Oh.
It was Trev.
It's on vibrate too. That's cool.
Yeah, I think the most likely scenario is they pick up Mitch Trubisky and then they pick talent at the 11, and then if a QB falls, or in that second round, if at the 11th pick, that's where they're going to take a QB to develop and try to do something with.
So I
hope they shock the world.
You guys both got Trubisky. I believe.
Who you got?
I believe they move up in the first round, and I believe they take either Malik Willis, Kenny Pickett, Sam Howell, whoever they decide is their number one guy. And I'm going to say it's going to be Malik Willis. They're going to move up to like 7 or 6, somewhere around there, and they're going to give up a first rounder next year, and they're going to take Malik Willis.
More than that.
I think it's going to be Malik Willis is going to be the starter day one next year.
You know what I'm so happy about? I'm happy that we are more equipped this year to make aggressive moves at the quarterback. Like, it's coming out that we have more than just one plan. You know what I'm saying? And
plus at 11, that's a lot better draft capital when you're trying to move up than it was at 19, when you can only offer a 19th pick.
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
An 11th pick is going to.
I don't see this organization going after Teddy Bridgewater's.
No, they can't. We talked about that before. They can't.
Jameis Winston's, like, they can't.
I don't think
they can't.
There's a reason why they were looking at
Mitch Trubisky and higher Rodgers,
Wilson. Yeah, these are not names that were thrown around willy-nilly. They didn't call Mahomes for jokes. They called because they want that kind of
how you know
talent. Right. So
that's how you know.
It'll be interesting. Let us know in the comments what you think of
the
ultimate tier listing. I have some disagreements with it, but this is what we came together as a team.
We brought that smoke today, boys. This was good.
We did. So let us know where you differ. Which out of these 17 names would you like to see starting for the Washington Commanders this next season? And of course, until next time, be a fan.